Hey everybody, so Mike again, and today's quote I got from Marcus Aurelius, one of my personal favorite philosophers, and he would live a heck of a life. So if you ever can pick up his book called Meditations, I'd recommend it. I actually have it; it's one of my personal favorites, and it's what's cool about it is that the Meditations was actually his personal journal. So like he wrote it to himself, and he had no intention on sharing it. So it's sometimes more of the deeper, more intimate thoughts. Yeah, there are some parts that, some ideas or thoughts kind of repeat, but then again, that is also life. It's very common for us to think the same thing twice. But he once said, "Will any man despise me? Let him see to it, but I will see to it that I may not be found doing or saying anything that deserves to be despised." So I guess the modern day equivalent would be haters gonna hate. I mean, that's pretty much, some modern day wisdom that matches right up with that. People are going to hate you for any particular reason, and that reason doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be able to hold any water whatsoever. Just because they're so set in their beliefs, they will see you clearly as something you may not be. I guess an example for me would be, well, obviously I'm a man who doesn't have any hair. Now, you could say I'm disabled, because I'm not able to grow hair there. Everywhere else I can seem to grow hair, unfortunately, but not in the place where everyone can see. And I have been accused once or twice, well, hopefully just once or twice, of being a skinhead. And if you got to know me, you would know fundamentally at my core that is simply not true. I mean, yeah, it just if you just looked at some of my group of friends, you'd be like, yeah, no, you can't really be a skinhead or a racist if because one of my good friends, a very long time, is not a white person. So, and actually, my wife is not white as well. But both of that, their identities is completely irrelevant because I identify them as friends, and that's it. In my book, but I digress. Back to I was so being accused of being as a skinhead. I mean, like, yeah, that's pretty hurtful, and especially nowadays. It seems like everybody's on guard about racism and sexism, which is good. But let's not be so guarded. So when someone starts hating on you for any dumb reason, don't give them a reason to continue that hate. So like, yeah, haters are going to hate, but don't give them a reason to hate you. So if someone comes up and like when I was accused of being a skinhead, you're like, hey man, I was like, oh well, I'm sorry I gave you that impression. That's certainly not the case, and I just kind of politely was like, hey man, well I wish you the best, and ended the conversation there because after getting accused of something, something as egregious as being a sexist, racist, anything like that, you just kind of have to, okay man, thank you so much, wish you the best, and we're going to end this conversation here. Because, I mean, at that point, you can't really go much further because they have already in their head made up what you are. And you can't do that. You can't change their thoughts. And if you could, the only way you can change their thoughts is through the actions. And so, therefore, kind of circles back, haters going to hate, but don't do anything that will give them a reason to despise you. So, yeah, just be polite, like in a similar video I did, quoting Socrates, be nicer than necessary. So even to the haters, and that is, I believe, would set you apart from being, another hater to someone who is better than that. Someone who is more sophisticated, more civilized, more mature. That's what we kind of got to do. Just as much as we want to just maybe punch him right in that stupid mouth of theirs because for whatever reason, it is best that we don't, because then we'll become nothing more than what they saw, and we'll become just like them or even worse. So, as always, I'm going to say it one more time, just because I always try and refresh it. So, will any man despise me? Let him see to it. But I will see to it that I may not be found doing or saying anything that deserves to be despised. Yeah, so, modern day equivalent. Haters gonna hate. But anyway, Thank you guys for checking out the video again. Hope everything, goes your way today. And if not, hopefully it improves by tomorrow. So take it easy.